Welcome back, guys. It is day 4. Yes, we're on day 4. Today is chipper day, and I would love to say, hey, look at this cool chipper, but he's not here yet. So I did want to point out really quick, as you can see, I've got the arm tucked up on the excavator. The reason being, the pump was starting to whine a little bit yesterday. And when I say whine, you get to know your machine over the course of a couple days, what it sounds like, what's normal, and you notice when things start to change a little bit. I did notice that the sound on the excavator changed just a little bit yesterday, so I wanted to check the hydraulic oil. And if you haven't seen my video on checking fluids in the morning, which I will link to if you haven't seen it, one of the things I talk about is the importance of having the boom in the correct position on excavators to check the hydraulic level. And that's what I wanted to do this morning. I wanted to check the hydraulics to make sure we had a good level on our hydraulic fluid. So I actually had to get in there, get the manual out, because there wasn't a sticker by the sight glass, which that's kind of irritating case. You should put a sticker next to the sight glass. But anyway, make sure that you get into the manual and figure out the correct position, because when I had it in the upright position, it looked like there was no hydraulic oil in the tank. But I had already run cases in the past. I was pretty confident I knew the position, wasn't straight up with the stick at 90 degrees. So I got in the cab, looked it up, and that is the correct position. You know, now that we're a half mile away from it, that is the correct position on that excavator. That's not case in general. That specific excavator, that is the position you check the hydraulic oil on. So anyway, all that to say, just I want to reiterate the importance of making sure that you know the correct position and you check the fluids on the machines. So now let's get into our day. Rick did a little more cleaning up yesterday, so I mean, it's really starting to come together as a lot. I'm gonna start this morning by cleaning up that back corner. He's already on the back side of the piles there. He's got a little borrow pit dug. So I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna start ripping out the rest of that scrub brush, kind of rough grading it with the hoe. We got a couple more stumps and just little piddly shit to bury. And so I'm gonna start working on that. Rick is currently at the front of this little complex here, waiting for the chipper to show. We're hoping he's gonna be here probably in the next 20 minutes or so, and he will get set up. So yeah, that should be a good time. I'm excited to see that thing. I mean, it can take down a 30-inch diameter tree, supposedly, with no issue. So I'm quite excited, especially to see it chew through this cottonwood with how soft it is. It's gonna be pretty impressive. So anyway, I'm gonna go jump in the hoe, get everything set up and ready, and I'll get you guys some footage of me scraping around and cleaning up the rest of this stuff, and then yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So we'll chat at you guys here in a bit. Well, here we go. So by the way, you guys probably noticed I was back in like a full winter coat. We had a dusting of snow on the ground this morning. It's, I don't even know what day it is, April 15th. So Michigan's really good at right when you think you're about to get out of winter, it's like, no, I'm gonna give you one more last minute snow. And that's exactly what it did. So it is now turned into rain. It's no longer snowing, but still it is cold. I think it was like 34 when I pulled up to the site. So I'm back in a winter coat because I am a wussy Texas boy. It's gonna be a nasty day, unfortunately. It's supposed to kind of do this rain mist thing pretty much all day. It has ruined my chipper day. I thought it was gonna be nice. The main reason I'm disappointed, I was really wanting to get my nice camera out, and I may still do it. We'll see how hard it sprinkles and if it dries out for a little bit, but I'd like to get my nice camera out and do some cool slow motion shots of the chipper running. We'll see. Take the drone up and get some nice shots. We will just have to play this by ear and see how the day goes. always tedious with my sorting, but until that chipper gets here, kind of this is my world. There's not really a whole heck of a lot more I can do, because I'm certainly not going to rough grade this entire lot with an excavator, so just to fill time, I should say. Oh my gosh, cold hydraulics. Garbage back in here. Which is a nice change from what the rest of the site has been. So just a reminder, there will be a gap in my day because I have a very, very excited 4-year-old and 6-year-old that will be joining me on site today to see the mighty chipper. So I'm going to give them some excavator rides, and we're going to ooh and ah together over the amazingness of this chipper taking down these big old trees. It's going to be a good time. But I promise I'll get you guys some good footage. I think this has been long enough of you guys watching me tediously pick up individual pieces of concrete. So I'm going to flip the camera off and we'll cut her back on when that chipper gets here. And I will let you guys share in my giddy excitement when it's finally on site. So it just pulled in. So it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, in all honesty. Like, I'm a little underwhelmed at the size.
That's what she said.
And yes, I get that a lot. But at the same time, that's a pretty massive opening on the end of that thing. So I'm going to withhold judgment until I see it run. So I'm going to flip the camera back off and run over there, and we'll get set up to watch him fire up and unfold and let the fun begin. Catch you guys in a minute. I'm glad I reserved judgment. That thing is badass. He is just chewing through those trees. So that thing is awesome. I just got done taking drone footage. I got my nice camera out, took footage of it on the ground. So look for those videos coming. And then I've also got some nice cinematic shots. So we'll throw together. In fact, at this point in the video, you may have actually already seen it depending on how I put the video together, but I took some cinematic shots of it running, so. And talk about just in time. It's kind of like half-ass starting to rain. Okay, as I was saying, which by the way, watching that thing eat is almost exactly what it's like watching my 6-year-old demolish a bag of chips. But that being said, the rain started, so from a timing standpoint, it couldn't work out better, because right as I pulled in all the expensive stuff is when it really started to kind of cut loose a little bit. So yeah, that was nice. So as much as I want to sit there and gawk all day at that thing, I am now back to actually working. And I'm just kind of burying the last of the garbage here. And that thing is loud, ain't it? It's kind of hard to do a YouTube video when they're being so loud. And Rick really did make a mess over here. You know, I had it all somewhat neatly organized. I know it didn't look like it when you saw it on camera, but I did have it relatively neatly organized into berry, mulch, and good dirt piles. And then, you know, you leave Rick on site alone for just a couple hours. He goes and f***s everything all up. Now I gotta reorganize myself here. Damn it, Rick. If you're watching this, Rick, I'm just kidding. Tell you what, he's throwing that mulch head on. I will put that out there for him. I'd love to get the drone back up and do a hyperlapse all of this, but I don't want to sit in the air for 20 minutes in the rain. bury that stuff. This is my life for the next foreseeable future, so I'm going to keep at it, and I'll hit you guys a little later on today with more interesting, fun, exciting information. Well, everybody, here is what is left. About 8 feet of freaking wood chips, and you can see, what is that? I don't know. The 8-foot section is probably a good 20 to 25 foot long. I mean, it's just a monstrous pile. So, I do have some unfortunate news. I was not able to get a hyperlapse because right after I shut off the camera, my family got here. I jumped out of the machine to say hello, and phone slipped out, smashed on the ground, and the screen is shot. So unfortunately, that means no drone. So, instead of making money, I just spent my money because I have to go buy a $1,000 phone tonight so that I can do drone shots tomorrow when we have the dozer here. Anyway, so now the plan is we're going to take all of these wood chips here and mix them in with some of this clay to kind of firm it up a little bit, and then we're going to start building a pad out of it because, you know, why not? It's not like there's any firm ground around here anyway with all the shit in the ground. So we're just going to churn these babies in. So this lot is totally unbuildable. We're really not worried about anything from like a structural integrity part. The guy's using it to basically rent out for guys to truck or park trucks on. So as long as it's not squishy, super mushy, as this stuff breaks down over time, you'll have some settling on the lot, but it's not that big of a deal. That's easily fixable with millings over time, which he's already going to be kind of doing periodically. So would I do this on a site that was going to have a building put on it? Absolutely not. But that's not the case, and that's why we're doing it this way. We had a little sunshine there for about 5 minutes, long enough for me to take my coat off, and now the rain is back. Crazy. That chipper showed up probably about, let's see here, I got here at 7:30, so I bet about 8:15 is when it showed up. Every time, guys, every time. I don't even know if that's a real number. So the swipe still works, I just can't see what I'm doing, so I'm operating off of muscle memory there. So that chipper showed up at like 8:15, and he was done by noon. And you guys saw the extent of that pile of timber we had sitting. Now, it was cottonwood, which is soft, but still, I mean, that is just, look at the wood chips. That is insane how much he was able to take out in that small amount of time. So, that was a badass machine. I do have footage, like I said, I got drone footage and ground footage of it. So stay tuned on the channel, because it's coming. unless I've posted it already, in which case you can look above and click the link for the video. Alright guys, we're gonna call it early today for a couple reasons. One, I need to go spend $1,000 on a brand new f***ing phone because I busted the screen on mine. So, after my whole spiel last night about how it would be breaking tradition if we didn't do a drone shot, I'm not gonna give you a drone shot because you control the drone with your phone. So, son of a bitch. Anyway, here's what we got. I'm gonna stand on the remaining bits of our mulch pile here so you can see what we've got. Here's kind of an overview of the site. There's the entrance. That is where that wood pile was. And it was amazing to watch that chipper chew through that like it was nothing. I mean, it really did. That cottonwood, it's so soft, it just chewed the snot out of it. And then here's the back. So I'm slowly working all these wood chips kind of back to the back here. We initially were mixing it with dirt. We kind of at the last second just said F it because it was taking so long. And honestly, this back here is so low. We're probably gonna put at least a couple feet of material over top of these, and it is what it is. We're just, at this point, we're trying to get rid of them because there's so much. And I'm standing, like I'm standing on a good, I don't know, 4 foot here that's still left to get shoved out. This morning what I was working on, I filled in that borrow pit up there, and then I actually started to scratch. We're gonna take this all down by about 1.5 feet so that we have more material to kind of push out this way. So tomorrow morning, as soon as the dozer drops, which I suspect will be about 8:15, 8:30, somewhere in there, as soon as that dozer drops, all of this is getting pushed out here. We'll start with the wood chips. I'll put those down first and kind of keep them below grade, you know, at least a couple feet. And then it's drop back and just start pushing and shaving. We've got the excavator until Monday. So the plan is tomorrow we're gonna focus on just shaving down to whatever our final grade's gonna be. That way if we do kind of bust through the cap on some of our concrete, we need to rebury it. We've got a machine here to do that with. And then if need be, if we do get into some shit, we'll maybe come in Saturday while we've got the hoe here and finish that out. And then Monday will be, if there's any dozing left, I'll come in Monday and finish out the dozing. So, so yeah, fun, exciting day with the exception of the phone busting. So you guys enjoy yourselves. Have a lovely evening, and we'll catch you in the dozer tomorrow. See you guys.